Hello Commanders and welcome to this video for Infinite Lagrange. Today we want to take a look into the new Data Rescue Agreement gameplay preview as well as in some additional tools for the research agreement. The last video was a big success for me. I had for a long time not so many views on a video, so thanks to everyone of you who viewed and shared that video. So let's start with the data rescue agreement and after this go into the tools for the research. And believe me, there are some really nice things out there. So what do we get? The data rescue agreement, while it sounds like another agreement, it is more like an interactive map. Giving us something where certain areas are not available for passing or anything. So in the middle we do have our sun, our star, our center, and then there will be energy radiating outside. This energy can be shielded from planets, but overall, as we can see here in the little bit bigger picture, the star in the center is making this center area here a radiation zone. Then we do have this jet zone. I guess same thing there. We will not be able to do anything in the red zone, but if there's a planet inside that red jet zone, it will protect the area behind it. Same here, we do have the radiation zone. So even here, as this area is protected by the planet, the area here in the radiation belt is still accessible. I think that will get very interesting. We can also see a timeline down here, so we can check when which areas will be affected. I have no idea what will happen with structures or your base inside an area that suddenly gets a jet area. Maybe you just won't be able to get out from there anymore, but we will see. Overall, I think it is very interesting. It will make the map more interactive and we have to plan accordingly. But yeah, let's see how that works out and how it really is later in game. Adding new mechanics always is something I usually like. Now let's go into the much more important part, the research agreement. I did find this post here on Reddit from 660NE, and he shared a Google file where he got all the filters in. I already made a copy of that file so I can apply filters and edit it. More or less it contains of a truth table credited to Jinx 2011. So each ship has a true or false value. If you look at the whale is false for Jupiter Industries. It is a Norma ship, so it's also false for the other two, total 3 companies. It is a strategy and support. It is not firepower, sustained combat, or fighter corvette. And very important, it is neither nor projectile weapons nor direct fire weapons. So if you look now for a specific ship, and I know a lot of you are looking for like the T800. If we scroll down here, we do have the T800 here. And now if you want a specific ship, you would check where is it true. Quickly froze the first row, then we can go down easily. So it is true for the Dawn Accord. It is true for firepower as well as strategy and support, as well as fighter and corvette, and for direct fire weapons. And this allows you to decide which are the most interesting research parameters to go for. If we go to the next tab, the combo box, here we can select certain combinations. And we just said like it would be the NOMA. So the NOMA here is in C, we have to select C. It was available in different areas here. You could now go for the fighter and corvette, but there's another one I found here on Reddit. This one here shows us that there are 2 very interesting combinations where we can find the T800. While this is fighters and corvettes, here we do have the corvette together with 2 cruisers, and that will increase the chance getting the corvette much more. So we would go therefore, in this case, as you see, it's outstanding firepower, dawn accord, and direct fire weapons. So for F we would go for firepower, and then the tactical filter K for direct fire weapons. But we have to change this to E to the dawn accord. And now we see we have the CAS-B, the KCC-PVB, and the T-800. The chance to get a fighter or corvette is always higher than the chances to get a cruiser. So that's the reason why you will have, I think it was around 55% chance to get a T-800 with this setting. For me personally, when I looked into this, there are also like here filters to find specific ships. If I'm going to look, I always would like to get battle cruisers. Having battle cruisers in your chance is nice if you don't go for a very, very specific ship. So if you go for the T-800, we already covered that. So for me, I would for sure take the direct fire option, because that gives me most of the battle cruisers. And then another option would be to take here the outstanding firepower. And when we use these as combo filters, we would leave the industry empty. We take the firepower and the direct fire weapon. We see we have Constantine the Great, Spear Storm. We have 2 Chimera options, the Chaos B, 3 IO options. Still the CAS, the Guardian Sea, which is an energy weapon. 2 Aldabra options, 2 Taurus, also very, very good ships. Eris B, Cuaro, Rubies, 2 options, Vitas B, T-800, and also the B option of the Nebula. So there are very few ships that I would not consider very strong. The Nebula A probably is the weakest from all of these. KCCPV, you already have that version, so you would get 5 research points. And the CAS-B, these are probably the weakest options you could get here. But all of this would allow you to speed it up completely. So if you don't want to wait 2 weeks and apply a third filter, I think that's a very solid option. But as I said, if you go for a specific ship, take a look at the ship truth table and then check which are the filters you can use to get these. And as I said, there's also this useful filter option. I have to check. I will link the Reddit post of this one. The first one is very interesting as it got the T-800. Then, depending what else you are hunting for, there might be some options. So here there are filters with no bad results. Spear, Chimeras, Aldabras, Taurus, or here we have the Rubies. So some people already made some very interesting findings there. And yeah, for me, I will very likely go with combo boxes like this, as I can run them in a very short time. And there's nothing bad to go. First thing, I have to admit, I will try to get the T-800 just because it is really crazy good. So the first thing I will do, I will add here the dawn accord, which is the E filter. So I will go for dawn accord, firepower, and direct fire, and try to get the T-800 with this filter setting. Okay, so I hope you liked the video. I hope it is helping you making some good decisions and finding some settings that do work very well for you. I hope you also are excited for the new Data Rescue Agreement gameplay. I am for sure. And as always, let me know in the comments what you think. What filter are you using? What ships did you get so far? I'm very curious. Did you get lucky, or are you still researching like I am? And then give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next video again.